Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a special Fright Night Friday Blu-ray update. So I got a few additions for the horror and kind of sci-fi horror section, and sci-fi. So it's a sci-fi horror update, but not all sci-fi horror. Some of it's sci-fi, some of it's horror, some of it's just horror, some of it's sci-fi horror. Anyway, Blu-ray update, Fright Night Friday, today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so first up, this is one I was pretty excited to hear about when I heard it was in the works, and apparently it's really good. I've been wanting to check it out. Apparently it sends things careening off in yet another timeline direction. There's a few timelines in the continuity of this franchise now. Well, now we have another one. I'm, of course, talking about the 2018 Halloween. Yes. And I know this is going to prompt a million questions. Hey, Sean, when are you ever going to finish those Halloween reviews? I've actually been meaning to finish them forever. I'm a terrible procrastinator, and I have ADHD. So sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do those things that I promised to do now, and then I'll get distracted by something, and then that'll get left by the wayside for literally like 4 years, and then I'll get back to it later. So anyway, going to watch this. Probably going to rewatch the other ones and review them as well. So we'll say hopefully tentatively soon. Maybe by this Halloween coming up. Alrighty. So anyway, really excited to see this. Heard it was great. And looking forward to it. By the way, the reason I got the 4K edition, even though I don't have a 4K player or 4K TV at this point, is because I really wanted the slipcover. It's not like a spectacular slipcover, but you can see a little bit of, you know, the texture there. It's kind of nice. It's very subtle, kind of matte finish. And the slipcover was exactly the same for the Blu-ray and 4K edition, the difference being, of course, the banner on the top, but otherwise the artwork was the same. And while I saw the Blu-ray around a lot, and it was a couple bucks cheaper, none of them had the slipcover, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll spend the extra couple of bucks and get the 4K edition, so that was that. Next up, this one basically saw it dropped in price over at Walmart, and still had a couple of copies with the slipcover, so I thought, what the heck, let's grab it. I heard it was great. Picked up A Quiet Place. Shh. Don't make a sound. They'll kill you. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I understand it's about. I haven't watched it yet. But, yeah, just the same artwork on the slipcover. But very nice. It's kind of bumpy. It's got the title all bumpy. But, yeah, I heard this was great, so I wanted to check it out. Sounded like a good suspenser. Good tense ride into terror and suspense and stuff. Next up, I love this whole franchise, so of course I had to see the next one. And again, dropped in price at Walmart. They had a bunch with the slipcover. Couldn't resist. Picked up The Predator. Yeah, so this is actually kind of a nice slipcover. It's all shiny and holography, see? There. But only on the logo and the Predator itself. The rest is all matte finish. So if you take a look there. Then on the back, the photos are glossy, but the main artwork is matte. So very nice. And I think it's just the same artwork. Yeah, it's the same artwork underneath. But yeah, see, this is why I like the slipcovers. They have cool, shiny, bumpy effects and stuff on them. I heard kind of mixed reviews. Some people seem to have really liked it. Some people didn't. That seems to be the case with all the Predator movies, honestly. So, and the Alien movies as of late. So, as with all of them, I'm just going to watch it and make up my own mind. So, I liked the last one, Predators, with Adrian Brody. I thought that one was really good. So, yeah, I look forward to checking out this one. All right. Next up, this was even cheaper. This was in their bargain bin. So, I know there's a couple of films in this series. I don't think they're connected, though. I think they're just kind of standalone films. Picked up Resident Evil Vendetta, which I believe is the second of 2 all-CG animated films that were done based on Resident Evil. I understand these ones are a little more faithful to the games and are supposed to be quite good. So I have not seen. This is the second one. Then there's also Degeneration, which came out several years ago. And I always meant to pick up the steelbook of that one because they put out a steelbook of that around the same time they were doing steelbooks of the live action movies. And as you know, I picked up all the live action steelbooks, but for whatever reason, I missed out on Degeneration. I don't know why. So anyway, thought I'd grab this one because I saw it in the bargain bin, and apparently it's just kind of a standalone. Anyway, you don't have to have seen the other one to get what's going on in there. There we go. And finally, last but most certainly not least, can you believe I have not seen this yet? Yeah, so I thought it was about time I added this to the collection. Tried to find it with the slipcover, but I guess I waited a little bit too long. Picked up Solo, a Star Wars story. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to this. Again, heard mixed reviews, but that seems to be pretty much status quo for Star Wars. The vast majority of reviews I heard of this were positive. A lot of people seemed to really like this one, said it was a lot of fun and so forth, and that the casting was really good, and it's just generally a good, fun Star Wars movie. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And also very much looking forward to Episode 9 coming out this Christmas. That was one of the things that prompted me to grab this, actually, was I grabbed it shortly after the Episode 9 trailer, well, I guess teaser dropped. But, yeah, liking what I'm seeing in that, and wanted to check this one out as well. So, here we go. Oh, no. Yeah, there's no solid back to this one, as you can see. And that is it. So, yeah, so 5 new additions for the sci-fi and horror and sci-fi horror. Why I classify this as sci-fi horror, even though some might say, well, it's more action. Well, there's horror elements to it. I mean, come on. I mean, they lump it in with the Alien movies, so I consider all of that universe to be sci-fi horror. Yeah, so just deal with it. The reason I'm not using the other music stand is I've actually got it set up in a very specific place over in the normal sort of review and chair area over there for all the Batman stuff that I'm doing. So it's kind of in you know, being a part of my little bat cave over there. So anyway, just going to use this one for the updates over here while I'm working on the Batman stuff. Alrighty, well that is it for this update. Just a short one. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time in whatever form that may take. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Come and see me on Twitch. I stream almost every day. And until next time, sayonara.